Welcome, everybody, to more Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom! What's up, Liz? Today we're going to be trying to rescue Joey and bring him back into the fold one more time. Joey, come back to me, I love you so. He's actually one of our better marshals, so I'll be grateful to get him back. Hey, Beatles. Joey! I finally found you, Yugi. Come on, we're gonna see just who makes it off this battlefield alive. You won't get away with this, Scott! Oh shit, immediate attack. Hi. Well, that's rude. Zanky, Cannon, and Beaverworm. Okay. So while I do this, there was a request before I started my stream to learn about the Greek tragedy of Eurydice and Orpheus. This jackass isn't even packing healing items. What the fuck? He doesn't even have legendary swords to make himself stronger. He's gonna get beat next time. So, the Greek tragedy of Orpheus and Eurydice is a fairly simple tale. Orpheus was a player of an old Greek instrument known as a lyre. The lyre is I guess you could kind of call it a harp before a harp. And I believe you could also play flute-like music through it as well, because it was like two instruments rolled into one. And Orpheus was a very skilled player of the lyre. Eventually, he happens upon a woman of incredible beauty. Oh, great, I missed an attack. And this woman's name turned out to be Eurydice. The two fell in love right away. And ended up producing a very happy family together until tragedy struck. Eurydice suddenly died. I can't remember if she was murdered or if she died from some kind of illness or condition. But Eurydice passed away. She gave him a child, I think, but he was so, like, heartbroken from the loss of Eurydice, he couldn't stand not being with her. And his heart-wrenching loss led him to play music for a while that was so painful, it actually brought misery to the forest in which he once brought so much vibrant life with how he would play. And the poor heartbroken musician started smashing his lyre upon a stone that he used to sit on regularly in order to play his music. Because he couldn't. Ultimately, Orpheus, unable to cope with the loss of his wife, tries to find a way to heal himself by travel. He traveled to the edge of the underworld, eventually, is where his travels would lead him. And when he traveled to the underworld, oh great, here's another one, and that one's led by Garuzi's Tiger Axe and Hitachi's Giant. I believe he left the child in the care of a relative for the time being, because he was so grief-stricken he couldn't handle raising his daughter anymore. Bereft of his wife, he didn't feel like he knew a way to be able to take care of his daughter. He traveled to the borders of the realms of life and death. Essentially, he went to the River Styx, looking for answers, looking for a way to bring his wife back. Because somebody, if I recall correctly, comes and actually tells him there is a way she can be brought back. Well, he didn't know that until quite a while later. So when he finds out, he goes to the River Styx and uses his lyre skills to charm his way into Charon's ship and crosses the river to go meet with Hades, beseeching an audience with the god who rules the underworld. However, when he reaches Hades, Hades is less than happy with the mortals coming to him because the mortal wanted to take his wife out of the underworld. She was dead. She was his subject now. There was no changing that, and that was how Hades saw it. I'm trying to eat as quietly as possible so it doesn't bleed all over the mic. He's not immortal. I thought that they were gods. No. If I recall correctly, Orpheus was the son of the god of music, if anything. I do not believe Orpheus actually was a gifted human. I believe Orpheus was a human and a human period in the original version of the tale. And he was just extremely gifted with music to the point where he could charm even nature. He is, in fact, immortal. At least as far as I remember it. Let me look that up and make sure. Yes, actually, he was originally a human. He was a Thracian bard, legendary musician, and a prophet. According to legend, he traveled with Jason and the Argonauts in search of the Golden Fleece. I believe it was this journey that inevitably prompted him to go and try and recover the soul of his dead wife. Prophets are people who can who can weave what is known as the tapestry of prophecy, in the way Greeks see prophecy. A prophet receives visions of the past, of the future. They can receive visions of things that are about to happen or things that may happen if certain actions are not taken to prevent them. And that is kind of what a prophet is. Yes, like the guy in the underworld in Epic the Musical, yes. That is essentially what a prophet is. Prophets are seers of fate and tellers of that fate. Prophets are sometimes reviled or beloved, depending on what kind of prophecies they're famous for telling. Orpheus, if I recall correctly, was beloved. Excuse me. Oh, God. Orpheus, if I recall correctly, was actually beloved for the prophecies that he told. I do not, strictly speaking, remember. Oh, wow, what? Oh, there's nobody here. It's too well defended!
It looks like Yugi's having a tough time against one of his own friends. His friendship is getting in the way and preventing him from doing what must be done. Are you ready? Attack! Take that castle from them!
Kaiba just sent out his blue eyes to destroy the defenses at the castles.
What? Yugi! You owe me! Kaiba? I can't stand to watch you coddle the enemy any longer! I'll show you how it's done! Pull back! Pull back!
So, Kaiba just stated that he can't stand to watch us coddle the enemy, but, all he really did was just blow something up and then run the fuck off. There is not really anything in here that I care to buy. I'll buy a couple more red medicines just to have them, but I don't really need those. So now, if we look at these areas, we will see that the enemy's defenses have indeed been destroyed. I'm going to deploy Taya down south to capture that base. I actually want to get a little bit more combat experience. Tristan needs to build a healer because he fucked himself up.
Kaiba, you rat!
Kaiba did us a favor, actually. He blew away all of Joey's defenses. Don't be so mean to Kaiba. Kaiba was fine. Kaiba did what Kaiba should have done. He just did it in Kaiba's way of being an asshole. You're talking about the Sisters of Fate. Live. And yes, they decide who lives and who dies. Clotho, Atropo, and Baka. It is often said in ancient Greek myth that that the Sisters of Fate are the ones who sing to the prophets and give them the chances to adjust their fate. Jesus Christ, he hit her for 500 damage. And yes, to a degree you can alter your fate, but only if the Sisters of Fate allow you to do so. Kratos in the God of War series changed his fate in a way he was not supposed to. Like with Odysseus, the prophet told him exactly what he had to do to get home. Yes. That was the sisters trying to give him a chance to be able to go home, despite Poseidon's wrath. However, the Sisters of Fate will not stop Poseidon's wrath. And they will not interfere with Poseidon's will. But they can try to get around Poseidon's will, technically. Kratos is the protagonist of the God of War series, and in Greek myth, he is the son of Zeus. In the God of War franchise, he is most famous for being the reason all of the gods of Olympus died. Harpy's pet dragon actually got an action point. Nice. I just shit-canned those guys. These guys don't have any items. These guys have polymerization. Oh, God. Hello, rabid horseman. So he has Red Eyes, Panther Warrior, and Ryukushin powered. Okay. This is actually going to be kind of a tough fight for Mako. Tristan is still healing. I'll send Yugi down this way. But what about Zeus, who locked him up on the island with... what's her name? Oh, you're talking about Calypso. And yeah, the Sisters of Fate can get around even Zeus, but only to an extent. He kind of has to not be actively aware of what they're doing. Excuse me. Yes, Zeus was guilty of violating a few women. He was more obsessed with having sex than he was violating anything. That's a subject I'm really not comfortable messing with online. He likes transforming into animals too. Yeah. We're not gonna go there. I just thought he was a serial cheater. In actual Greek mythology, Zeus is guilty of way worse, way more, and way stranger, fucked up offenses than just being a repeat cheater. Zeus was actually once locked up in Greek myth by the entire pantheon in order to force him to promise to be a better king, and it still didn't really get much better after that. Oh, why about animals? He liked turning into animals because he liked degrading women who defied the gods, or who tried to refuse letting him bed them. If I recall correctly, one guy's wife actually refused to sleep with Zeus, and Zeus's response was, okay, and then he transported her to an island randomly, transformed into a bull, violated her as a bull, and that was how the Minotaur was born. Zeus was drunk at the time, but ask me if that's an excuse and I'll tell you no. No, it's not. Yes, I'm serious. Zeus was an asshole. Like, when I tell you Zeus was a douchebag, now you know why. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Zeus was a douchebag. He was not a good person. At all. And when Hera found out about that, she was pissed, but Hera did not do anything about it. That woman was shamed and ridiculed by her husband, too, for the rest of her life, because he thought that she had cheated on him with some kind of demon, and Zeus never fessed up, and Hera never told the truth. Are there any decent Greek gods? Hades is actually decent. Ares isn't... Ares' problem is that he's just violent as fuck. Like, Ares gets off on being fight sexual. If there's anything that Ares is super guilty of, it's being fight sexual. And the fact that he also is constantly trying to get mortals to make war in order to, A, amuse him, and B, give him power that he wants. But, like, Ares' greatest sin is loving war and not really giving a fuck about the often tragedies and criminal acts taken in it. But Ares is not guilty of near as many fucked up sins as, what is it? Oh wow, I forgot. Fiend Kraken got another action point when he leveled up. Awesome! Ares is not guilty of near as much shit as Zeus is, unless you want to count starting wars. Ares started a shitload of wars, and he got tons of people raped, murdered, and killed like that. Who was the biggest reason for the things that happened in the epic musical Poseidon or Ares? I think Ares was responsible for starting it. Poseidon was responsible for making it worse. Because Poseidon didn't give a damn. Yeah, just wait a turn, you know. You'll be dead before you can act now, but... Nice. I would argue that the Greek pantheon in general was actually very guilty of everything that happened. Octoburster got another action point. Because the Greeks were the ones who started the Trojan War. They did it because one of them, I believe, was jilted by one of their lords. And the Greeks kind of made it fucking worse. Or not the Greeks, but the Trojans didn't really do much better. But the Trojans were largely just defending themselves. Athena was probably the most decent of all of the Greek gods. Hephaestus was a very decent god. Dionysus was a decent god. Literally, the only thing Dionysus liked doing was having sex, drinking excessively, and partying. Like, Dionysus was the Greek party animal of the Greek pantheon. Like, all Dionysus wanted everybody to do was eat, drink, and have sex. That's all he cared about. Like, Dionysus just wanted to enjoy some sex and booze. That's really all Dionysus cared about. Hephaestus just wanted to make cool shit and bone his wife, who was, Aphrodite. The problem is that Aphrodite liked to cheat on him with, several members of the Greek pantheon, along with, several different mortals, too. It was said that he knew on some level that that's what she was doing, but there was never a whole lot of thought as to whether or not he approved. But Hephaestus was chill. He just wanted to raise his daughter. He didn't give a fuck. God damn, I just took a shitload of damage. Alright, I'm gonna red medicine that damage. That was pretty hardcore. Yeah, Ares was the one that Aphrodite would routinely cheat on her husband with. That's what I was waiting on. Jesus! Okay, that did a lot of damage. And now my two powerhouses can lay the smackdown and the crackdown on the horseman. Aphrodite was all about love and commitment and stability in relationships. Aphrodite was the goddess of love. All she was about was having sex. In virtually any Greek myth that you can think of, Aphrodite just has sex. She sleeps with everybody. She is not too particular about it. Why is the sex so good for Greek myth? Couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Another god for actual love. No, there's another god, I think, or goddess for actual fertility. I don't know about love. Because the Greeks are horny bastards. Yeah, that's true, actually. The Greeks were one of the hornier groups of the old days. Everybody back then was pretty horny, though. There's not really any arguing that. Anyway, back to the tragedy of Orpheus and his wife Eurydice. While Hades was very irritable towards this mortal who would come in and try to defy the will of the gods, he respected that mortal at least tried to request that his wife would come back instead of demand it. And he decided to make a deal with Orpheus when Orpheus came to him. It was a very harsh deal, and if the mortal did not adhere, then the deal would not be honored, and Eurydice would be yanked back into the underworld. He had to walk in front of her all the way out of the underworld. If he did not, she would, and then he... Not only did he have to walk in front of her as the pair left the underworld, what do you mean? What does that mean? What does what mean? Why is that so harsh? You will let me finish and I'll explain. You will figure out why his punishment, or why his demand was harsh. In fact, Hades actually didn't even want to listen to this guy. When he initially came before Hades, Hades basically just kind of looked at him and he goes, "Dude, your wife's dead, she's in my kingdom now, and that was the will of the gods, fuck off." That's pretty much how Hades treated the situation. It wasn't until Orpheus played his heart out on that lyre to the point that Persephone begged Hades to give him a chance that Hades actually changed his mind and offered him a very harsh deal. Eurydice could follow him out of the underworld, but there was a price. If Eurydice... so what Eurydice had to do was she had to walk behind him the whole time, and all the way to the end of the underworld. And he could not look back in order to be able to find out if she was following him. Not once, the entire trek, could he look back. If he looked back even once, she would be pulled back into the underworld and he couldn't see her again until he died. Orpheus, desperate to have his wife back by any means necessary, agreed. Eurydice walked silently after him until they were near the edge of the underworld, at which point Orpheus could no longer take it. He asked her if she was still there, because he could not hear her footsteps, turned around and looked, and as he looked at her, she was pulled back into the underworld by the hands of the river. It is hard when you have to travel miles back out of the underworld and you can't look at your wife to see if she's following you. Imagine looking at the person you loved most in the world and then being told that you can't look back behind you anytime that you walk with them. That's called having absolute faith in somebody, and most people don't have that. And it wasn't that ultimately he did not have faith. It was that he couldn't hear her and he couldn't feel her, so he did not know she was there. Orpheus, heart-wrenched at the loss of his wife at this point, goes back to the forest, pounds his lyre on the stones until it breaks, and dies of a broken heart. Would you be able to do that appropriately if you were in his position? With your fiancé? The child was raised by a family member. She never got to know her parents. They both died too young to be able to do anything. To be in her body. Oh wow, I killed him before he could fuse. I honestly don't know. Perhaps I looked back. Perhaps I would have kept going. And that's the tragedy of Orpheus and Eurydice. He couldn't take not knowing if she was there. He couldn't take not hearing her footsteps. Damn, that was a big crit. That a girl, my. She trashed that dude. You gotta trust the process. You have to remember that the Greek gods did not have the best reputation when it came to being trustworthy. And you're acting like it's so easy. It's not always easy to trust that the person you love most is going to be allowed to leave with you by gods that are often mercurial, cruel, and in particular in the case of Hades, Hades was downright heartless toward the man's situation. He didn't care. All he cared about was that he was doing his job. He didn't give a fuck about the heartache that had caused that mortal. It didn't matter to him. Mortal lives were infinitesimal things to the gods. It was the wife he had to trust, not the gods. Here's the thing. It wasn't just his wife he had to trust. He had to trust that Hades was telling him the truth. And Hades often did not ever really go against his word, but Zeus was ruthless, savage, violent, sexist. The gods had a horrible reputation. As a rule, there were very few who were considered respectable and fair, and he had lost her right when they were in the throes of starting a family and just beginning to get happy. That doesn't mean all of them are. You're correct. But when the only thing in this world you love and the only light in it to you is gone and stolen from you, is that really how you're going to look at it? You don't know. And you don't know because you can't know. Hades was absolutely adamant that he did not want that woman to leave his home, or his world, not his home, but his world. And he had every reason to not want her to leave his world. The fates and the gods are not to be defied. Comparing Greek gods to Norse gods more tilted. It kind of is more tilted because most Norse gods actually aren't really that bad.
No one can stop me now! No one!
There's so many gods. Thor was a decent god after Zeus banished him from Valhalla for a little while. Or not Valhalla, Asgard. Asgard. The fuck did I say Valhalla? There's Joey's signature monster, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Did I muck that up? Oh, Zeus didn't ever fuck with the Norse gods. Zeus wasn't ballsy enough to pull that shit. Yeah, Odin banished Thor from Asgard for a while. I'm not actually joking. If you remember the Thor movie that Marvel made, when Thor got banished by his father. That wasn't bullshit. Odin did legitimately banish him. Fireball. No, it's not entirely an accurate depiction. But that is in fact, like, that's something that Odin actually did. The Marvel movies are not. Well, no, they're not. They're not ideal depictions of the gods. No. Oh my God, my dark magician is almost dead. Jesus, I was not paying attention to that fight. Loki was a piece of shit, is what he means. In actual Norse myth, Loki was a fucking douchebag. He was funny as hell. But, he was a... Loki was an unrepentant piece of shit. He was a piece of shit in the start of the Marvel films. Yeah, but in the Marvel films, if you notice, Loki got better. In the actual Norse myth, he did not get better. In actual Norse myth, he got worse. He's the reason Ragnarok happened. It's actually one of several reasons why I hate the way he's depicted in the God of War games. The closest god to being a god of mischief in the Greek pantheon was Hermes. And Hermes was a bro. Hermes was actually a nice guy. He was one of the few Greek gods that was also a pretty good person. Overall. Because he's Atreus. Yeah. Atreus. To be fair, Atreus is not the biggest sin of those games. Atreus is made up for God of War. The reboot God of War series. It was a reboot slash continuation. It was actually both. Yes, Epic the Musical was a very fun time. Do not cherish that moment we shared. think was an incredibly well-made musical, actually. Why the fuck did my Dark Magician just die? His HP was not that low, was it? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Interesting. That's aggravating. I think I'm paying too much attention to chat. I did think it was pretty fucking hysterical when, near the end when What's-His-Face came home and, God damn it. When he came home with Odysseus, god damn it, why couldn't I remember his name? When Odysseus came home and started beating the shit out of all the assholes that were about to rape his wife and tried to kill his son. That was so goddamn funny. Because they're all like, no, what the hell's going on? That's not possible, he can't. Yes, he fucking can. Yeah, it was the final boss, and Odysseus was the final boss. Odysseus turned into a friggin' psycho and started cutting apart his old advisors. They deserved it, though. I'm aggravated that the Dark Magician isn't going to get any EXP out of this because he needed it more than anybody else did. Fear the peasant. Fear me, peasants. No, it's not fear me, peasants. Fear me, nobles, for I am your executioner.
Pull back for now. We'll finish this later, Yugi.
Red Eyes Black Dragon has joined your forces. I've only listened to Ruthlessness Rookie. With some help from Seto Kaiba, Yugi manages to fight off Joey's massive army. But Joey remains under Scott's control. Joey leads what remains of his army into the Uruvi Canyon and prepares for a final battle. The strain of having to face his friend again is almost too much for Yugi to bear when Mai asks to speak to him. Yugi, let me handle Joey. Please.
Mai.
I'm going to slap him so hard it'll break whatever mind control he's under. I guess we'll add Fizdus to the list. No! Oh my god.
You cannot defeat me.
Joey does not have a large army. And they don't have any items. I missed my very first attack. I am angry now. Called a funny bone. Fuck you, funny bone. This mission is actually pretty brief, so I might be able to get a third mission in. Like, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna spray you. Bad kid. I'll BRB because fuck this pig. Alright.
Deal with my magic! You lose!
Yugi gained more action points! And more attack power and life point bonuses. Armored Lizard, and Action.
dark magic attack!
Evidence as to why Illusory Gentleman is so overpowered. His action points are insane. Good. Good levels. Oh yeah, this trader didn't have anything interesting. Now the guide will have recommended you overuse Yugimoto to ridiculousness by this point. Yeah, don't do that. Because then Mai won't actually be in a position to be able to readily take down enemy marshals, and Mai actually has to be the one to take down Joey in this sequence. If Mai isn't the one to take out Joey, and he's using Panther Warrior, Ryukushin Powered, and Tiger Axe. Just look at you, Joey! I'll wake you up!
Mai, is that you?
So when he lost Red Eye's Black Dragon, Joey's team actually gets significantly weakened here because Tiger Axe is not a good replacement. Red Eye's Black Dragon was way tougher. And since I've been spreading around a lot of the EXP gain, Mai is in a perfect... God damn it, I dropped my controller. Mai is actually in a perfect position to deal with Joey all on her own. She should have tons of action points and be more than ready to be able to beatnik somebody.
Giga Saint Fire!
Okay, I just finished getting a eye doctor's appointment finally. I might just get one at the other place as well, just to get comparisons. You can see right now why Mai is able to kick the crap out of Joey. Her Harpy ladies are decently strong monsters. Harpy's pet dragon is strong. But we have so many more action points than we do. We can actually wait out Joey's offensive, heal through it, and then tear him to pieces. But we're also just as capable of doing a series of counter strikes in the process. And her monsters also have strong life point counts, so that's not a big issue, right? Joey is down to just one monster already, and we still have way more than we need to take down. Although I admit, 1,600 life points is pretty tough for Panther Warrior. And he has almost 1,700. But it's not tough enough to take on these Harpies. And their dragon.
Giga Saintfire!
Jesus Christ, that was strobing effect. Epileptic seizure warning for everybody watching this. Good lord. Get her, Iroh. Get her! Get him. Get him. Panther Warrior is not female. Lady Panther is female. I wonder if Lady Panther isn't Panther Warrior's counterpart, but...
Ah! Joey!
Win. Like... that. And that. Joey! Huh? What's going on? Good. He's free of Scott's mind control. So what's happening? Did I miss anything?
No. You didn't miss a thing, Joey. Nothing at all.
It's a good thing for you I was here to help. What's that supposed to mean? When did I ever need your help? Oh, right. I must be thinking of somebody else. I'm just glad you're safe now. Why's everyone acting so weird? Panther Warrior has joined your forces. Welcome back, Liz. Yeah, that mission doesn't get us much money, but it's a short mission. Scorched. With Joey back to normal, Bakura is the only one still under Scott's mind control. But now... but now one knows where he is. Nice typo, jackasses! But no one knows where he is. Yugi initiates a frantic search. Suddenly, they're attacked and thrown into confusion by enemy forces. Vaxi Island, the main base of the Resistance, has fallen to an unknown enemy. Fewer in number and surprised by the attack from behind, the Resistance is unable to continue fighting. Yugi quickly leads his troops over Gigan Siep, straight to Vaxi. Over Gigan Siep straight to Vaxi, only to face yet another surprise. Alright, we've got Joey back, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it. Cell phone, I'm trying to look at this. Oh wow, Fizdus is mandatory for this one. Okay, Joey. Joey bro, we've got to adjust your monster lineup. Now Joey has his signature monster, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. That said, I'm actually... Hang on. I'm considering taking it off of him, though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it off him. I'm gonna give him Panther Warrior. Panther Warrior's action point value is much higher. Get off your phone, you're streaming. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any monsters that I needed to recruit in the next mission. I need to get him a legendary sword. Oops. I didn't mean to take on Sansu off his team. I'm gonna borrow that. There we go. Jamie sneezed on me. I will see you in the afterlife. Oh God! Oh, that's horrible. I am sorry for you. Alright, we're under attack, and you'll notice they're already reusing maps, and we're like, not even halfway through Yugi. We're about halfway through Yugi's campaign now. This is terrible! Everything's been burned to the ground! Is this the work of a new enemy? Yes, it is, actually. Alright, Joey, your new monster needs to actually get upgraded, so you get to be the defending marshal. We're going to go ahead and erect a healer, and we're going to erect a anti-ground cannon. Okay, so that's an anti-ground cannon. Yugi needs to move up along the coastline here because there is a band of roaming monsters hidden up here. Joey has plenty of reinforcements, honestly, here. I'm gonna leave Mako right there to jump in case Joey gets the shit kicked out of him. I'm really not super concerned about it, but it is still something that can happen. Let's go ahead and look. Okay, so Neck Hunter and Sword Stalker. No items. Flame Swordsman, Dungeon Worm, Armored Lizard, again no items. No items here either. No items here either. Okay, so they cloned that team 3 times. How are you doing with your taxes? I really need to get that stuff under control. And don't live. Suijin, Fortress Whale, and Aqua Dragon, ladies and gentlemen. Meet Mako Tsunami's new team. All of these guys are pretty fucking hardcore, and that's kind of why I wanted you to fight them. Taxes are theft. Yes, they are, but they serve a purpose. Oh, shit. Why is everybody targeting my Dark Magician? Oh, no! I accidentally hit the wrong button. Oh, God. I just wasted that red medicine. Oh, I feel so stupid. Oh my God, that was the worst. That's the first time I've done that this whole playthrough. Damn it, I was looking so smart for most of it. Yeah, they're dogpiling Dark Magician, Jesus Christ. That's a GG fight. They're dogpiling my Dark Magician so hardcore right now. And I missed my shot! Oh my god! Game! Why? Oh. God damn it. This is so fucking mean. Notice my consequence. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Fuck your consequence. Skill. Oh god, my Dark Magician, no. Right now I'm trying to make my Dark Magician live! They are killing him! Good God, these guys hit like freight trains. Please stop missing your attacks! I need to beat these guys! Oh. He's guarding, okay. Guarding is acceptable. That hurt. But that damage is manageable. He's not allowed to live. Only the taxes must live. What it fucking feels like, man. Like they're beating his ass. Medicine yourself. Jesus. I don't think I'm gonna get the victory here. They're hitting me way too hard. And they're costing me way too many healing items. Like, my magicians are already out of action points. And I have like a quarter of the fucking points that he does on the scoreboard. If I hadn't have missed one of my attacks, I might have had a chance. But the game had to make me miss, and then I had to waste a red medicine. Oh my god! Oh my god, I did it! Killing Aqua Dragon gave me like 4,000 points! Holy shit! Holy shit, it happened! I got them! Suijin, Fortress Whale, and Aqua Dragon have joined your forces. Oh my god. I did it. I thought I was gonna lose. Now go do your taxes. Shut up! Shut up about my fucking taxes. I got shit to do. Like, you know, figure out how to order my fucking social security card. So that I can get a real ID. Yeah, just never, yeah, your taxes. My anti-ground cannon just got set off. Enjoy that, dickhead. Now Joey's first fight will be a pushover. Easy EXP. So they basically cloned the Sword Stalker and Neck Hunter team once. They cloned the other team twice. Damn, he one-shot him. Dark Slash of Resentment. You gonna one-shot him too? Yes. 4, 5, level 6! He shot up 5 levels in one fight. Wow. Here come all the flame swordsmen. With their armored lizards and their dungeon worms. Honestly, Dungeon Worm is actually such a menace, I'm probably gonna fucking beat stick that one down first. Joey's boys hit so damn hard. Oh my god. Look at that, he wiped out almost 1,500 hit points in 3 attacks. Kill the worm. The worm has got to go. Okay. That's the vast majority of the enemy's damage gone. Okay. Heal Flame Swordsman. And let's take out their Flame Swordsman. I'm gonna kill you. Soul Spear! I encouraged my friend to jump in puddles and he did, and he has now had the time of his life. Okay, that seems random. Damn, Joey kind of beat stick that guy. Dude, Panther Warrior leveled up fucking to level 10 already, and he has 5 action points now. Jumping in puddles is a cure for depression proven by science. Hold on a second, I'm gonna adjust my office room here. Should also adjust your welly boots and go jumping puddles. Oh my god, they did so much damage to Panther. What the actual fuck? Okay, sorry, I had to turn off my overhead light and adjust it so that I could actually get... Damn! So that I could get light from my window, because it's getting really hot in here. And this is like the one room of the house that isn't properly ventilated. I'll use a blue medicine. Go jump in puddles. Soul Spear! It's kind of the one problem with a lot of Joey's monsters. None of them are actually that durable. You give them a legendary sword and they hit like a freight train, but they're not particularly durable. In the actual trading card game, none of these monsters are actually that tough to begin with either. Flame Swordsman is a fusion monster, a low-level useless fusion monster with 1800 attack and 1600 defense when he first came out. He's grown to be quite capable now. He actually has his own archetype of retrains. You could almost build a deck around Flame Swordsman alone. And, Panther Warrior is a 2000 attack point level 4 monster. And you might think, wow, he's level 4, you can summon him without tributing. Well, you can, but the downside to him is that every time he attacks, he requires that you tribute a monster so that he can attack. So, it ain't free. And Joey was famous for relying on Panther Warrior in a number of duels. He used it against Weevil to get rid of the parasite that affected Jinzo. I just missed that attack. God damn it. He used it in a couple of other duels in combination with Scapegoat in order to create some temporary shields that he could also use as sacrifices to allow the monster to be able to attack multiple times without actually tributing monsters from his own forces. So that was actually one of Joey's more common strategies. Oh, it's guarding. Heal Flames. I was right to ignore that armored lizard. It's like the most useless creature. Who has his great mouse? Okay, that's not very good. Hold it. Kill him now. I was hoping to get him before he hit me again. He's guarding. Yeah, that was almost a waste. level up each. Not too bad. Okay, this fight is gonna be way harder. We actually need to deprive the enemy of a neck hunter very quickly, or we're gonna get overwhelmed. Okay, we've got rid of one neck hunter. And it didn't even get to move 4 times. That's actually a really, really good level of efficiency right there. I love how Joey's monsters look like absolute freight trains. Panther Warrior caught up decently quick. And he's providing a lot right now. I'm very impressed. Look at all that damage. Joey's team is now officially good. That's a whole bunch of guys wearing cloaks and kilts. So, Rare Hunter and Strings have both appeared in here, and I've always felt like that was really weird because those are supposed to be Merrick subordinates. This game randomly includes a lot of villains from the Merrick Rare Hunter storyline arc, and Scott Irvine has nothing to do with them, but we're led to believe that he kind of should be connected to them on some level, I guess? I don't know. Strings the Quiet One, the lore behind him, I guess I should explain. Oh, there's no traitor here. Alright, let's deploy Mako over there. And Taya and Mai with Mako. And then Tristan can go up here with Yugi and Shimon. Fizdis and Joey can stay back there where they can heal. Strings is using Labyrinth Tank, Curse of Dragon, and Slot Machine. None of those are monsters that Strings use. Two of them are monsters used by Bandit Keith and one was used by Bandit Keith, one was used by the Paradox Brothers, and Curse of Dragon is Yugi's monster. Damn it. I just wasted some gold by accident, too. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Mesmer Control? Huh. Blue Medicine, Monster Reborn. None of those are worth anything. Today, check on my Disney game. What's wrong with you? I choose life, thank you. I don't know. Like I've made several mistakes in this fight, and I really don't know why. It looks like Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl are bleeding into Yugi's attributes slowly, which is good because then they can actually get direct support from him. He's long since bled into Yugi's attribute. It's because you're a silly nugget. Not really. I've actually been doing pretty well so far. Yeah, that's minor healing. You'll notice that like half the cities that were on this map aren't here anymore. They've all been burned down. Keywords so far. I hate you too. I need to train Tristan up again soon too. Mysterious force. None of them have items. They all have relatively low action points. They're pretty stat baggy, though. These guys are very stat heavy. None of them are gaining benefits from their officer, though. Yeah, I'll let Taya have those guys. She'll probably rip them all to pieces. Why is illusory gentleman so slow? It missed me. Well, let's kill the guy who can still see. Yeah, right. And the shusting begins! Everything's burning down. It'll be fine. Wow! Action point increase on both of my relatively low action point monsters from that fight. Good work, Taya! Green mist, man. It's so good. Oh, I missed Armored Lizard. And Armored Lizard missed anyway! Armored Lizard's first attack missed anyway! And then the Dungeon Worm immediately came out of the blindness as if to spite me. Fuck you, game. That was funny as hell. I'm not even mad. That was just too fucking stupid. Oh. Armored Lizard wasn't even blind, and he missed his attack. Plane and Sword of Battle! I cannot do a Brooklyn accent. Yeah. I apologize. There we go. Reblind the whole squad. Kill the worm. Alright, focus on Flame Swordsman, because he's the only viable damage dealer left on the enemy team. I might just order Yugi to halt. So that she can kill the rest of these guys, but... if she's kind of proven anything right now, it's that she doesn't need to. He waited, so his guard shoved him. Dumbass. Good level ups. You'll notice the Dancing Elf stats are ass. That's kind of going to be a thing for her the entirety of the game. Her special ability is what is going to continue to redeem her regardless, though. May as well minimize my chances of taking it. Because I knew he was going to attack right after she did. He still hit her while he was blind. What a douchebag. Oh, Gyaku Tennomagami doesn't have items. Okay, I need to fix that. I have enough extra cash. I'll probably just buy a few items from the shop while I'm here. Starlight Shot! Very nice. Gyaku Tenno got a little stronger. Eliminate. Well, I guess I'm not getting to the shop after all. Oh well. Alright, Curse of Dragon is the weakest monster on this squad, so I'm gonna try to focus down Curse of Dragon. Just to try and deprive strings of something to give actions to. Schedule and find out why I'm about to take some real damage. Ow! Oh my god! That's a mostly good schedule, actually. I'm okay with that. I could be upset, but I'm not going to. Sorry for the slight interruption there, folks. I just wanted to make sure I knew what time I was working tomorrow. And my paranoia was also trying to tell me, hey bro, you might be working today, even though I was just like, no, but I'm not. I'm positive I'm not, because I looked at that twice and I wasn't. I missed Curse of Dragon protecting itself, so I pretty much wasted an attack. You always want to avoid attacking an enemy that is guarding. Like, Slot Machine, he hit guard. I was actually avoiding attacking him. Even though I'm still trying to beat down the, Ow! Why is the Illusory Gentleman way more overpowered than Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl? He really is. Okay, that gets rid of 2 attacks and potential protections on his team. Heal Dark Magician Girl. Because I need this team alive. Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl really need to start bleeding fully into these attributes. They've done a good job. They're like, I can already see it happening. It's just, I need it to happen faster because they're not getting his action point support. And the Illusory Gentleman is, and you can tell. Oh god, they're both gonna hit her. Please don't crit. Oh, thank god he didn't crit. Okay, I'm gonna hit her with the last red medicine he's got on him. It's gonna heal her for full health. And I'm going to lay into this slot machine with my last action points to try and cripple him for next round. What we are seeing is that stats can eventually make up a good amount of having low action points, because those guys didn't have that many action points. They had average action points. And they still did serious damage and beat my ass pretty hard. The game somehow counted that as a loss for me, too. Even though I very clearly did way more effective damage to them than they did to me, because I can heal. Taya is now going to have to scrap with a couple of those guys. Damn it! I was trying to buy some blue medicine. Let me buy my medical supplies! Oops. Oh. It's not gonna work. Beautiful. That missed. I am so glad that that attack missed. Ow. That's not as good. That reminds me of that scene from House where the doctor walks in and the cop is like, I don't want to press charges. And he goes, good. And he was like, I want to beat you up. And then he goes, less good. This House is a fucking jackass. The best part of the House TV show was watching him just piss everybody off with sarcasm that nobody would ever get away with in a hospital workplace. And that literally only a extreme genius doctor could get away with, because he's able to solve the inexplicable better than anyone. Flame Swordsman is dead. Dungeon Worm is dead. Armored Lizard's about to die. I thought this was going to be a relatively short fight, and it was definitely shorter than some, but not as short as I was hoping it would be, so I could try and squeeze another one in. But, I'm not going to. That fight with Suijin, Aqua Dragon, and Fortress Whale, though, oh my god. I got the shit kicked out of me. Like, Yugi just got nut-sacked in that fight. Oh god. That was so painful to watch. Dancing Elf didn't get to start the fight. That might be bad. That might be bad. Nope, she got to move before they did. Okay, I can throw up my best chance of reducing the problem. Do you see why this makes Taya like the most overpowered defense, though? Look at this. They can't get through her. She's barely had to heal. And she's taken on 4 guys now. And taken them out. Screen missed. Blind him again. He broke back out of it again immediately. I should have killed the Flame Swordsman. And all because she can blind them. And they don't have a counter. All right. Take out slot machine right away. Nice. Labyrinth tank is all alone. This should be an easy fight now. God damn, he hits so hard. Jesus, he does so much damage. And the Dark Magician has high defense rating. He's not weak by any stretch. Nice.
You've done well, Yugi. For today, at least. Victory is yours.
That voice, Bakura?
I'm not as easily controlled by Scott's tricks as your friends. I wanted to use him after a little bargain, and after a little bargaining, he gave me the military force I needed.
To what end? What are you planning?
If you defeat me, I might be inclined to tell you. I'm in Makad right now. Come get me. If you really want to know, you'd better hurry.
Betrayed. Vaxi Island had fallen to Bakura, who was now working for the Empire. Yami Bakura had used the Empire to secure an army and attack Yugi from behind. However, Yugi's quick actions turned the tide and forced Bakura to retreat to Makad. Which of Millennium Item personalities will emerge victorious? Yami or Zork? There we go, now she can actually heal herself, ideally. Okay. And that's it for this video. I will see you all next time on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom, when we try to rescue Bakura from the clutches of the Millennium Ring's evil spirit one more time. I've been Savage Hound Dusk, and I'll see you next time.